Hi guys, Kimberly here. We have a new moon coming up. The sun is about to go into Virgo. Day after, that's on the 22nd. Day after, the moon is going to go into Virgo. So it's a lot of new energy coming around and a lot of new opportunities. It's breaking away from anything that may have been stuck. We had Mercury in retrograde. And now it's finally out of its shadow period and it's moving forward now. So it's the perfect time because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So as Mercury is now moving along, this is the opportunity to bring forth that communication, that travel, that idea of where you would like to move to next. The moon is really asking us to break out of our regular routines. There's a new opportunity that maybe we've been wanting to do, maybe we've been thinking about, and this is the time for that intention. So wherever the moon is in your chart is really where the energy will manifest, okay? And it's a potent time right now because, we do have the eclipse seasons coming up in September, and that is on the Pisces-Virgo axis. So the Virgo is the South Node area, but just know that some Virgos may decide, hey, I don't want to work this job anymore. I don't want to be in this group anymore. I don't want to associate with this or that. Even relationships of any kind. There may be a decision that I don't want to do this anymore. Just know that changes are happening. That there's a lot of ideas that may pop up, a lot of things that we want to just kind of get up and go with. Finally take action on. That Mercury, like I said, it's travel. Like, I don't want to live in this house anymore. I don't want to be in this neighborhood anymore. Just know that through the 21st of September, when we get to this eclipse time frame, maybe by that time, that will happen. Eclipses have things go out of your life, So it may have a significant effect on us. It sets a stage where the South Node is. The South Node is where we've been. We want to move to our North Node, right? So maybe the things that are old, stuck, and stagnant need to go by the wayside. And with the sun really heavily aspected, as the moon moves into Virgo the day after the sun, it does bring up this sense of what is lighting me up right now? What is bringing me joy? This time frame from August 22nd to September 22nd is going to be pretty much a wild ride. Because maybe there's been some things that we've had our ideas on or our thoughts on, and all of a sudden now we've gotten this epiphany of, I'm doing this. Maybe we've been sitting on our feet for a really long time and we suddenly say, no, it's time. I'm done with the old routines. I'm done with the old things. It just isn't working anymore. But with the sun, he's going to square Uranus. Excuse me, my son was just calling me. With the sun squaring Uranus is shock, awe, and surprises. And I've definitely had my fair share of those, by the way. I'm sure you probably have too. But because Uranus is squaring the sun and the sun is in Virgo, maybe there's really some things that you thought were solid, very detailed, and then suddenly that goes away. And so you have to pivot and shift. And it might be kind of a surprise. no matter what it is, you have to own all your decisions. The actions, hopefully will all be good and really simplify your life. But there's the sun and the moon are also making a connection in Virgo that aligns with a fixed star, Regulus. Regulus was in the royal sign of Leo for 2,000 years. So that kind of brings this energy of a new shift in consciousness, a new shift in thought. It's interesting because Pluto is in Aquarius. Pluto takes things down, right? To reconstruct and build new. And it's directly opposing Leo. And we're just moving out of Leo. So that also kind of shows with Pluto and Aquarius opposing it. There was this reflective time frame with the sun of what needs to go. And so this sun is now moving into Virgo to get the details on that. So if you understand Regulus a little bit, if you look at Leo is a leadership. And Regulus rules leaders and royalty. Also where you shine. Represents fame, success, honor, wealth. Venus moves into Leo August 25th, a few days after. So it's kind of interesting how there's this pivot, this change, this getting more details on what really brings you joy. And yet at the same time, as Venus moves into Leo, Leo rules the heart, Venus is love. It's going to stay there until September 19th. So it's a really lucky time if you like to gamble. That's also a fifth house thing. It's so funny. It brings you financial blessings, relationships. So maybe there's a pivot and shift on that aspect. So it's time to get down to business. Kids are going back to school. What is it that you want to do now? Not if you're older, such as myself, my children are no longer in school. What do you want to do now with your free time? Most of the time this summer, it's all about the kids. Do you have any new projects you want to start? Now your life is changing a little bit. The times are shifting. It's altering in your day-to-day duties. A very sixth house thing. If you have anything that needs to be tackled, it really is a good time to get more detail oriented, to be more effective, and completing any tasks that are still lingering or needing refinement. So I wanted to bring in some energies, bringing out all my moon cards. Just love, love, love them. We're in a different setting. I hope everybody's safe out there with this hurricane if you're on the East Coast or even if you're in the Gulf, because I know that there's been a few on that side. West Coast, I'm not really aware. I know you guys have had fires and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Everywhere it just seems crazy weather, doesn't it? It doesn't matter if you're abroad or Doesn't matter where you are. There seems to be some kind of rumbling of some sort going on. So I hope everybody's safe and well. I hope everybody's healthy and happy. And let's go ahead and see what the moon cards have to say. I'm going to start off with my absolute favorite deck. Spirit de la Lune. Had this for a hot minute. Guardian angels, heavenly spirit guides, masters of the universe to which I am a part of. I ask that you join us today. We are all a part of. What are the messages do you have for us today? What should we know, see, feel, hear, do, and say? And this popped out. And it had, sorry about my dog. My dog, I keep getting notifications for our camera, and obviously I must have a UPS man at my door. Or no, it's actually, it's so funny. I don't mean to deviate, you guys, but whenever the Amazon people come to the door, my dog goes apeshit. If it's somebody else like a UPS, or even FedEx, nothing. I wonder if it's the it sounds like a little chirping that they make because they're all in these vehicles now that are kind of sneaky. Anyways, back to the card. The card is actually fulfillment. I'm not sure which camera I am using here. I am using my Logi. So that is the purpose of the completion time frame. And that's after all the eclipses. You know, we do have another moon that we'll be having with the eclipse, obviously, in Virgo. So there's some kind of fulfillment that we are leading towards, going towards, striving for. I really hope this dubs out the dog barking. I haven't gotten that far. I don't know if it does. And I'm really, really sorry if me banging on the table is too much. I will try to be as quiet as I possibly can, so you can just hear my dog bark. I'm sure that's pleasant for everybody. Completely out of my control. So I'm just I'm going to leave it at that. All right, let's see. What can we expect from fulfillment from this new moon in Virgo? What can we expect from this new moon in Virgo? Okay. Told to go back to this one. Love. It's also a full moon up there, and which is interesting because that fulfillment card had the full moon as well. So that's what we can expect. Maybe the things we love, the people we love, the relationships in general, just loving those. Loving the life that we set for ourselves, loving the way that we have streamlined things. So whatever will go, like I need to get a little more detailed and organized just within my home. My taxes, which I hit that button for and said, oh, I'll just add a few more days, weeks, months. Oh, how much do I love this? Look at this. You are good enough. That's the Virgo energy. That full moon in Virgo. Oh, I love that. Let's keep going. Yeah. You know, an opposite side of Virgo is that they strive, they become a little bit of a perfectionist. You know, everything has to be just a certain way, has to look a certain way, has to be a certain way. But does it? What if you could just do everything the way you want it to be and not worry about it having to be so organized? There's a concept. I'm saying that for myself. Let's see what messages are coming through for this new moon in Virgo. Relax. Cancer, ruled by the moon. Relax. As you can see, there's a sliver of light that's shining on the ocean, which is our emotions. The ocean waxes and wanes. It becomes full. The tides become high on a full moon, low on a new moon. Actually, not during the whole thing. It's interesting. I've seen new moons with really high tides, but probably because it's high tide when I look. But there's this sliver. It's like a sliver of hope, or a new day dawning, or a new time. Again, sun is calling. I apologize. Doesn't it figure? Dog barking, UPS driving, or Amazon driving. Every bit of... Oh, here's a good one. Every bit of what I'm doing right now could be a great example. For instance, I decided I'm creating a video. I've got everything. I've got my ducks in a row. I'm all set to go. And in the meantime, my phone is ringing. My dog is barking. People are coming to my door. And can I continue with this anyways? Can I just not hit that end button, pause button, finish button, or starting fresh button because of those interruptions? Can I just go ahead and let it be as it is? Well, I'm still here and I'm still going, so I guess the answer is yes. Let's see what messages that we can finalize with this. I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All I need is within me. Another full moon. So maybe in this new moon we can set some intentions around just understanding that I am good enough the way I am. I have everything I need within me. And just relax some, because through love there's fulfillment. I just tapped into every single card that was just read. And now to clarify, I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite deck ever and go to the other side. 18 minutes in, pretty good. I'm going to keep this at hopefully under 30. We will see. Let's look at the theme. Whoop. Three of Swords reversed, removing the heartache. Removing the things that have kept us stuck. No longer sitting in that energy. Letting go of the past. That's the theme. Another card jumped out. And it happens to be the Five of Pentacles. Maybe not seeing the way out. But we've had the key all along right next to us. Keeping ourselves stuck in some way. And that's right along with that heartache that's reversed. That's really good. Goals, careers, objectives. Let's see what we have for you guys. Relaxing into everything. Wow, the Hangman. Getting a different perspective I just can't, I can't help but always thinking like heart over head. And the reason I say that is when you hang upside down, all the blood rushes to your head, right? So there's a spark of creativity of thought around her head. And yet she's dipping into the water and surrounded by green energy. So there's some kind of heart over head. I can't help but bring in this other one here of love, right? Seeing things differently. And that's in goals, careers, hobbies, objectives. Could be the objective of the theme. Letting go of the heartache and seeing things from a different perspective. Now we're going to go over to value. Okay. For value, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Is he not detail-oriented or what? He's going at a very slow pace. But the thing is, he's leaving little seeds everywhere he goes, like a trail. He's planting seeds wherever he goes. You know, I would just think that this is saying, take your time. See what works, see what doesn't. Relationships. Ooh, definitely got one out of there. Seven of Pentacles, yeah. It's almost as if from the other card that we had before where he was leaving those pentacles behind, well, he's planting it. He's nurturing it. And it's starting to sprout. So if you look at all the cards so far, it's like, take your time. Get a new perspective. And start planting seeds. Very much the new moon energy, right? And allow it to grow. That's in the relationship sector. And now for action steps. Well, whatever this comes up, we already know that, you know, the actions should be just to take some time out, get a different eye view. And, this is really good though. Got two of them. Release the emotions. I'm going to leave that one there. And the things that kept you up at night. The time's over. It's 9. 9 of swords. 9 of swords. Swords of communication and thought. Remember what I said about Mercury now. Getting out of the shadow. There's something for being led by spirit with the bird right here. Spirit. Trusting the guidance because those are coming to an end. Especially with the new perspective, because swords are thoughts, and when we have these nagging thoughts and the things that keep us up all night, what if this, what if that, we're only hurting ourselves by the thoughts that we tell ourselves. But the emotions have to go. If you look here, there's cracks from all the other bowls, right? It's weighed, all the emotions have weighed down and caused a crack in the surface. I know it is so much easier said than done, but that's the slow integration. The change from, the heart over the head. A lot of green energy there too, that heart energy. Really focusing on releasing any hurt feelings or resentments. And moving forward in love. Embracing love. All right. that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a fantastic new moon. I'll catch up with you before the eclipses start, but that's good enough for now to start there. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.